Schönen guten Morgen, ich bin dann der Prof von Luxembourgish with Anne. Hier ist die Wochenlektion. Here is your weekly lesson. In the previous lesson, I talked briefly about the three Luxembourgish cases. We had the nominative case, the accusative case, and the dative case. Now in this lesson I will talk more about the accusative case. I will again repeat the difference between the nominative case and the accusative case, and you will learn the personal pronouns in the accusative case with a lot of examples. Don't forget that you can read the full transcript of this lesson on my blog luxembourgishwithanne.lu/blog, and on my website you can as well find out all the courses I offer. So I give personal coaching lessons, but as well online courses such as Succeed at the Sprachentest. Bist du bereit für die Lektion? Are you ready for the lesson? Dann los! If you have been studying Luxembourgish for a while, you probably have difficulties to know when you should say euch, or möch, or mir, or du, or dich, or dir, so with certain verbs or prepositions. It can be difficult to know or to understand when you should use one instead of another. Well, those of you who have some knowledge of Luxembourgish know that the Luxembourgish cases are one of the most tricky parts of learning Luxembourgish. Take, for example, these two sentences. Sentence 1. De Jong guckt den Hund. Sentence 2. Den Hund beißt de Jong. Now, what changes in these two sentences? Well, if you look in sentence number 1, de Jong is the subject, so he is in the nominative case. But in sentence number 2, den Hund beißt de Jong, de Jong is in the accusative, because here de Jong is not anymore the subject. Let's now briefly look at the difference between the nominative case and the accusative case, so that you get a better understanding of these two cases. Bereit? So, in sentence number 1, de Jong. De Jong is the subject of the sentence because de Jong is acting, so he is looking at the dog, so therefore de Jong is in the nominative case. Now, the nominative word in a sentence is the subject, so the person or thing that is doing the action indicated by the verb. Now, in the second sentence, you see that den Hund is now the subject of the sentence and de Jong is in the accusative case. Why? Well, because den Hund is acting and de Jong is the person being acted upon. So, the difference between the nominative and the accusative case is that the accusative word in a sentence is the direct object. So it is the person or thing that is being acted upon. Now you may think, yeah, why must I know this? Well, in Luxembourgish, gladly, the Luxembourgish articles do not change in the accusative case. They remain the same as in the nominative case. But it will be very relevant to know whether the words are in the nominative or accusative case when you have to use your personal pronouns. Now, in the previous lesson, the lesson of last week, I have given you a useful table, so a useful overview of the definite and indefinite articles in the three cases, so that you have them in one table. Now, let's move on to the personal pronouns in the accusative case. Let's start with the following sentence. Ich hundisch gern. This means I love you. Ich hund dich gern. Now, ich is the subject, okay? And dich is the direct object. Now, in English, you say, I love you. But in Luxembourgish, we don't say, ich hund du gern. No. Du, so this is the personal pronoun in the nominative case, so when it is the subject, becomes dich in the accusative case and pronounce it dich. Now let's look at the different personal pronouns in the nominative and accusative case. So in the nominative case, ich is I, ich, and in the accusative case it becomes mich, mich. Hörst du mich? Do you hear me? Hörst du mich? So, hören, to hear, is a verb that requires the accusative case. And now we will look at a lot of verbs requiring the accusative case. Du, you, in the nominative case, becomes dich in the accusative case. So in English there is no difference, but in Luxembourgish you have to say dich. Beispiel. Ja, ich hören dich. Yes, I hear you. Ja, ich hören dich. Jen, he, stays jen in the accusative case. Ich gesehen jen. I see him. Ich gesehen jen. So be careful, in the accusative case it stays jen. And the same applies to hat. So she stays hat in the accusative case. For example, ich kennen hat. I know her. Ich kennen hat. Sie, so sie here is she, but the formal form of she. And in the accusative case, it stays as well sie. Ich finde sie schön. I find her beautiful. Ich finde sie schön. Mir, we, becomes in the accusative case us. Let's have a look with the verb gesehen, gesehen to see. Geseist du Eis? Do you see us? Geseist du Eis? And then we have dir, so you. Now dir can as well mean the formal form of you when you talk to one person, a person you respect. And this becomes ich in the accusative case. Beispiel. Ich kann ich nicht finden. I can't find you. Ich kann ich nicht finden. And then we have sie, so they becomes sie as well in the accusative case. So it stays the same. Ich verstehe sie. Ich verstehe sie. I understand them. So ich verstehen is I understand, and the infinitive form is verstehen. Verstehen, to understand. Let's now repeat the personal pronouns in the accusative case. Just repeat after me for the correct pronunciation. So, me is mich. You is dich. Jen, hat. Sie, so the formal form of her. Eis, ich, and sie. And now let's look at some common verbs which always require the accusative case. Let's start with treffen. Treffen, to meet. Ich treffe sie 7 Uhr. I meet them at 7 p.m. Ich treffe sie 7 Uhr. Verstehen, so pronounce it verstehen, to understand. Ich hund dich verstehen. Ich hund dich verstehen. Finden. Finden, to find, but it can as well mean to think or to feel when you have to say an opinion. For example, ich finde mich zu dünn. Ich finde mich zu dünn. I think I'm too thin. Frohen. So frohen as well always require the accusative case. This means to ask. Wir frohen hien den Abend. Wir frohen hien den Abend. Heieren to hear. Hut je mich heieren? Hut je mich heieren? Gesinn to see. Mei Pap geseit eis net. Mei Pap geseit eis net. Kennen. Kennen, very important verb to know. Pronounce it kennen. Ma, ich kennen hat. Well, I know her. Ma, ich kennen hat. Now, those are just a few verbs requiring the accusative case, but it is just good to know a few verbs. So this is my learning tip. Know those few verbs well. So these are the most common ones and use them well rather than knowing many verbs and hesitating in conversations. And now it's time to exercise. Es ist Zeit für zu üben, so Übung. Now you will have to find the personal pronoun missing. Let's start with verstehst du? So do you understand me is verstehst du mich? And then geseist du? Do you see them? This is geseist du sie. So them is sie. Geseis is the conjugated form of gesinn. Next one. How would you say I ask her where my cat is? So her here, the informal form of her. Hopefully you've got ich frohen hat, wo mein Katz is. Ich frohen hat, wo mein Katz is. Next one. Ich besichen mua. I will visit you, so the formal form of you, tomorrow. This is ich besichen ich mua. Und dann. Hien huet etwas gefragt. He asked you, so singular form of you, something. Hien huet dich etwas gefragt. Hien huet dich etwas gefragt. So etwas means something. And then, how would you say do you fetch us at the train station? So how do you say us here in this sentence? Yes, this is hältst du Eis op der Gar auf? Hältst du Eis op der Gar auf? So hältst is the conjugated form of holen, to take. And here it is the verb aufholen. Aufholen means to pick up, to fetch someone. Next one. I don't know her. Her as well here, the informal form of her. Well, this is easy. Ich kennen hat net. Ich kennen hat net. Next one. Für wat braucht ihr? So why do you need me? Für wat braucht ihr mich? And the last one, we will meet him in the city. Wir treffen hien an der Stadt. So him is hien in the accusative case. Well, now before finishing this lesson, I just wanted to tell you that keep practicing, because practice makes perfect. Now, that's the most efficient way that it sticks in your head, okay? And therefore, I will do another lesson about the accusative case next week. And next week, I will talk about the prepositions, which always takes the accusative case. I hope that you enjoyed today's lesson, and if you like it, then don't forget to press the subscribe button so to get your weekly lesson every Sunday. Don't forget to read the full transcript on my blog, where I have added as well some other examples with other verbs, and as well to find out all the courses I offer. Merci fürs Nachgucken. Thank you for watching.